let's work in some spreadsheets, and we're going to be doing some Microsoft Excel and looking at the lookup functions. So before we get it, let's understand what we want to do. Okay, so let's say in previous examples, we might have wanted to display two possibilities. Like if it happens and you want to display this or display that. So that's normally when you use an if function. And then we did nested ifs where you could say if there are three possibilities. Now, what happens if you've got 4 or 5 or 6 possibilities of things that you want to display depending on a number of sales or something like that? So if there's a table that has the information, then we can use a lookup function. But before we can use the lookup function, we need to understand how we would do this ourselves if we had like this on a piece of paper. And so you need to understand how you would do it before you can ask Excel to do it for you. Okay, so let's say I've got this tab over here called tables. And on this tables, you can see, forget these other ones. Just look at this one over here. Yeah, you can see sales. So anything from 0 to just before 251. So 0 to 250, it's level bronze and Jim is in charge. And then from 251 until just before 600 is silver and Faye is in charge. And then 600 to 750, just before 750 will be gold, Tundu's in charge. And then anything above 750 will be platinum and Kim's in charge. Okay, so that's our table. There are 4 possibilities. So to try to do an if statement or nested if, it's going to get quite messy. So if we had this and we wanted to say what level is Bruce, you would go and look at sales first. Okay, so we see that 158. You would then go to tables and then you would go through the first column here. You would go through sales and you would work your way down the list, trying to find where 158, I think it's 158, where does 158 fit? Well, 158 fits here, and then you would go across to the relevant information need level or person in charge. But you first had to go down. You had to work your way down the list, okay? And that's important why I say the word down, because we are going to use a lookup. In other words, we're going to try to look up that 158 inside of this table. Now, there are 2 lookups that we're going to learn today. There is an HLookup and a VLookup. So there's an HLookup and a VLookup. Now, when do you use which one? Well, V stands for vertical and H stands for horizontal. So horizontal lookup or vertical lookup. Now, the way I remember horizontal, if you think of the horizon, you think it's across the horizon. So you move in from left to right when you look at the horizon. You don't go looking up and down the horizon. You don't go look and you start tilting your neck. You look across the horizon. So horizontal means going left and right. Vertical means going up and down. Now, remember when I said in this table, did you notice I said we were working down the first column? That's where we went first. We first went down, and then once you find your right sales, you then move across. But we first had to go down. Down meaning up and down. That means vertical lookup. I like the vertical lookup. It's my favorite one, just purely because I like how it sounds. Lookup. Okay, so let's look at this one. We're going to do level. We can say equals a VLookup. Now, what does a VLookup need? Well, it needs 4 things. I'm going to ignore this last thing, and I'll explain why later. Okay, so first of all, you need to say, what is the value you're looking up? Well, we're just looking up for Bruce here. What value are we? We're looking up the sales. So we're looking up just this value, B7. That's the only thing we're looking up. We want to find 158. And then where do we want to find? So I'm going to put a comma so I can go to the next parameter. The next parameter is the table array. Where's the table that contains all the rules of what's happened? So I'm going to go to my tables over here. Now it's on another tab. So just be careful when you're moving across tabs. Just be careful of not coming back and messing things up. So I'm just going to click on tables. And there's my table. Now I want to select my whole table. Now there's a tip. Do not include the headings. Don't include the headings. Just start over there and include everything. Make sure that the column you're looking up must be in the furthest left side. So there we go. We're looking under sales. That's the furthest left. You can see that green block. That is my table. Then I'm going to press comma. Then it needs the column index. Which column are we then going to fetch the information? Which column are we going to move across to? So if we find 158 and it's here, which column do we want to move across? Well, in this case, we want to find the level. which is column, not B, but the second column. We can't always assume that the column's it's going to be where it is. This is column 1, this is column 2, so it's the index, the number of the column. So we want whatever is in column 2. And then range lookup, I'm just going to ignore, because I'll explain later why we can ignore. We can do another example where we don't ignore it. But for now, we don't, just ignore it. Okay. So we look up the B7 in the other table, that 158. We look for it inside this table. And then when we find it, we move to column 2 and fetch that value. So you see, I didn't go back to the lookup. I'm stayed here. I've done everything. I'm going to press enter. Boom. And bronze. That's correct. The 158 is bronze. And if I copy this down, we will notice, oh, what's happening? What's happening? Why is it changing? Well, let's look at our formula. We know that formula is right. But then if I go to this formula, it's using the correct value for Nzika. That's the right cells. But I want you to notice the table. There's A2 to C5. Look there, A2 to C5. Moving down. The table's moving. So every time we copy, the table started there, then it's going to be there, then it's going to be there. So the table's moving. How do we stop the table from moving? Well, we need to put dollars around those tables. So we can press F4, and we'll put dollars around the A2, and then F4 over there as well, so that both of them must be dollars. Normally, when you're using a VLookup and you're using a particular table, you will always be locking the table, absolute cell referencing, so that it stays A2 to C5 when you copy down. And so if I correct that and I'll move that down, and then fantastic, there it works. Let's do another example. Let's do the person in charge, and that would be the third column. So it's going to be exactly the same. So we're going to say equals a VLookup. Which one are we looking at? We're going to look up for the sales. You could do bronze, but I'm going to keep to sales. We're looking up the 158, comma. Where are we looking at? Let's go find the table. The table is over here. Select what? The whole table. What must I do? Do not include the headings. So I select the whole table. Make sure that the thing that we're looking up, the cells, is in the furthest left. If we were doing the bronze, then you would select just this part of the table. But we want the whole table. Okay, now there's a little tip. Before I press comma to go to my column index, because I know I must lock my table, I'm going to press F4 now. If I press F4 now, watch here. It makes them absolute cell referencing there straight away. So I don't need to go and do that later. So the moment I select my table, press F4, then press your comma to go to your column index. And in this case, we want the person in charge, which is column number 1 to the third column. And then this long says just ignore the range lookup. We can't ignore it for too much longer. There's going to come a time when we can't ignore it. Now I must press enter. And there we go. Jimmy is the person in charge of bronze. That's correct. If I scroll that down, because we locked the table, the formula works fantastic. Okay. Now, over here, you'll see another table. It's exactly the same table. It's exactly the same table, except for it's transposed. So the headings over there, so the sales is at the top, and all the other things are over here. Now, if we were using this table, then do you agree that we would take that 158 and we would then move across the top? We would move across the top. And then when we find the correct position or the value, we would then move down. So we would first move across, and across meaning we would move horizontally. So in this case, we would use an HLookup, and everything's exactly the same. You would, instead of the column index, you use the row that you want to refer to, but everything's technically the same. So let's change this. I'm going to delete all this, and let's use the other table. Let's go equals an HLookup. And in this case, we're going to go to look up the 158. That's the cell we're looking at, comma. Where do we go? We're going to go to tables. We're going to select this table, but what's the rule? Don't include the headings. Select the whole table. In this case, whatever you're looking up is being in the furthest top row, which in this case it is. Before I press comma, what do you think? I was going to press F4 so that we lock those cells so that they do not copy. When we copy down, they don't change. So there we can see the G1 and J3. That is locked. So when we copy down, now I can press my comma. Now, which row do we get the person in charge? There's row 1, there's row 2. The third row will contain the person in charge. And there we go. It's exactly the same thing. Boom. And if I drag that down, I'll get the same results. And that was using an HLookup. And that is if your data is going across first, then moving down. So that's vertical, horizontal. Okay. Now, we can't ignore that last parameter too long. So let's look at this one. Let's do department. Depending on your department, we've got to find out who your boss is. There's your boss. Boom, boom, boom. So sports, Mr. Fudu, tech, Mrs. Carter, food, Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Okay, so let's go. Your boss. That would be we're going down, which means a VLookup. So let's do a VLookup. Lookup. What are we looking? We're looking up for the department. Comma. Where do we look up for sports? Where are we looking up that department? We're looking up in this table. Don't include the heading. Select just the data. Make sure what you're looking for is in the furthest left column. Yes, it is. Before I move on, what do I press? F4 so that we can lock the cells. And then I'm going to put a comma. Now, which column do we want to get the boss from? Well, there's only 2 columns, so it must be column 2. And there we go. Now, range lookup. I'm going to ignore it to my own peril because it works. So if I copy it down, now there's a problem. Okay, and it's locked, so it can't be the lock issue. The table's fine, everything's fine. What's the problem? Now, in this case, the last parameter, if I go over here and I press comma, it's going to ask me for a range lookup. And there's 2 possibilities. If it's true, if it's an approximate match, which always is by default, which is what we've been doing with these other ones. But if we want an exact match, then we want to say the word false. Okay, you see what's happening is if you notice over here, you notice that this table is not actually sorted according to this row. This isn't sorted. So what's happening is it looks over here and it tries to go because it thinks it's an approximate match, and because it's not in order, it can't figure out what the order is, and that's where it comes up short. So if we say an exact match, it's looking for that exact word. It must match that word. So it will keep looking for all the options until it finds a word that matches. So then it doesn't matter if it's in order. You see here with our other tables, the data was in a particular order. In this, it's not. In this case, we want it to be exactly that word. It's often used when you've got text and you want it to match the exact text field. So in this case, 99% of the time, you actually don't need, you can keep it true. You actually don't have to type anything. You just leave it out and it will assume that it's true. But this one case that we know that the data is not sorted and we want it to be an exact match, and it must match that word exactly. Okay. And we know that it's not sorted, then you should probably say the word false. You can also put a 0 there. 0 also means false. So I want to put a false there. Now it's going to look for the exact match. And then it will work. It will assume that it's not in order. It will look for the exact word. If it's not there, it'll look for that for the exact word. Is that the exact word? And it will go through the entire table. And there you can see in this case, it has worked. So we don't have to say, sorry, Ms. Jackson, because we got the right answer. Okay, so there we go. That is a lookup. There's a HLookup and a VLookup. And apparently in the news, they're going to be changing all this. There's going to be an XLookup that's coming up. That's going to change how this works. But for now, this is what you need to know. HLookup, VLookup. So if you're using older versions of Excel, those are the ones. But the new one, be prepared. There's going to be an XLookup that's going to be a bit easier than this. That's coming soon. But good luck until that comes. For the other videos on Excel, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, don't do it the long way. Do it the Mr. Long way.